What's up, Daniel? Sheffield. It's still there. I just see you later. Mid for mid. Sheffield, get hospitals now.
All right. Finally have something. NorCal
Something
Sports
to
Network.
talk about.
Something to talk about. A trade.
What's up, Chewy?
As
What's up,
Eric
Aaron?
would say, let me get a little higher. A trade. Wait a
A
minute.
trade?
A trade? Hey, guys. Welcome. It's 3:30 in the afternoon
Look
where
at
some
the
of you
sun
are.
is out. I could see blue sky. It's amazing.
It's 4:30 here in
Yep.
Arizona. It's 6:30 to some of our listeners in the East.
Yep.
And it's Saturday morning to some parts of the world that maybe some people are listening to right now. It's 7:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, back in my wife's home country in the Philippines.
There you go.
And I know we have a lot of subscribers in the Philippines that are just itching to hear about this trade.
You know, I like seeing the different takes on this. It makes the conversation a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, and 5:30 where the Truth Hurts is. So Truth Hurts is somewhere in the Midwest.
Somewhere in the Midwest.
Somewhere
Yes.
in the Midwest. Maybe he's out in
Most
Nebraska.
of our
or-
listeners aren't even in the Bay Area.
All right. Maybe he's in Iowa somewhere. I don't know. Truth Hurts. Who knows? Could be in Texas.
Mm. Mm.
We don't know. We'll find out soon because he's going to tell us. Truth Hurts is typing right now. I can feel it.
Evansville. Oh, is that Don?
Oh, no. Wait till he signs Bartolo Colon from the Mexican
He
League.
says he's in Evansville. Is that Don? Is Truth Hurts? Is that Don?
It could be.
It could be Don. What's up, Cliff? True story. I was in a John yesterday morning contemplating what trades the Giants should
Yes,
make.
that
and
is.
For whatever reason, Robbie Ray just came to mind. You're in the... As
Wait.
you're dropping
Wait,
the
did he say-
number two, the first
Okay.
thing that comes to my mind.
Hey, well, that may fit what Farhan is saying about
Hold on.
About-
Let me see how this went. Let me think. Hold on.
Fa-
I got so
Farhan is saying that number two is Robbie Ray when healthy. So
What's up,
maybe
Kevin?
I don't know. And that is Don.
it is Don. All right. Hey,
Yeah, the
so
Truth-
this is Cliff,
Truth
right?
Hurts.
This is Cliff, right?
Okay. All right.
Robbie Ray! Trade for Robbie Ray! We're having fun. Just
A
having
little fun. Okay, we got to get back to professionalism here
Yeah,
because
here we go. Professionalism. Here
we
we
have
go.
something to talk about. There's something to talk about. All right. I'm going to break this trade down. I'm going to tell you why I like this trade.
Okay.
Some don't like it. Some do like it. Some are on the fence. Eric's a little bit more on the fence.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why
What's
this
up, Hutch?
trade is
What's up,
a
Trod?
good trade. All right. Here's what you got. Okay, Robbie Ray, after the 21 season up in Toronto, won the Cy Young Award. And Kevin Gausman Robbie Ray was with Toronto at that point, right?
Yes, he won it
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Toronto.
Okay, so the Rays, I mean the Blue Jays basically replaced Ray with Kevin Gausman. Almost identical contracts. Gausman 5-year 110, Ray 5-year 115.
Yeah, right there.
With an opt-out after 24 season. Okay. So Robbie Ray comes over to Seattle, does decent job in 22. In fact, I will pull up his stats here. Let me just pull them up on the screen here while I'm talking. And here's basically the deal and why I like it. You got rid of Mitch Haniger, who can't stay healthy. The Giants are overloaded in the outfield. Haniger gave us 6 home runs last year, no production whatsoever, basically hurt. He's been hurt constantly in his career. He had a great year in 21 with the Mariners, hit 39 homers. You guys see Robbie Ray's stats here?
You gotta zoom it in. It's a little bit small.
Okay, I'll get there.
But
All
yeah,
right.
we're good.
All right, so let's take a look at his 22
Career.
season after that was his last full year. His first year in Seattle as a 30-year-old pitcher, 3.71 ERA, respectable, 189 innings. I like that. 32 starts. He had 189 innings pitched, 163 hits, that's pretty good. 212 strikeouts. That's over a strikeout an inning.
Mm-hmm.
And then his let's see, ERA plus was 100. I mean,
That's right down the
okay.
middle.
That's right down to 157 the year before. But then in 23, he only had one outing, one game, one start, 3 innings and a third innings pitched. Elbow gave way. And do we know what date his surgery was on?
That I do not know. That would
Why don't
be
you look that up? Why don't you look that up while I move on from this? And then what I want to point out here is the Giants basically got rid of Anthony DeSclafani, who we all agreed was a guy that you just couldn't count on. You couldn't throw him out there. You were paying him $12 million. What are you going to get for Anthony DeSclafani? Maybe a bag of peanuts if you just try and May what?
The article that was written says left-hander undergoes flexor tendon repair, and it was written May 3rd, 2023.
Well,
so
it didn't say when it was. I'm gonna look that up.
I think it was beginning of May.
Robbie Ray surgery.
When underwent Tommy John surgery on Wednesday.
What date was that? Robbie Ray. Does it tell us?
I'm guessing whatever. Look at May 3rd, and then whatever the Wednesday was prior to May 3rd, that'll tell you what date it was. So I'm guessing the very beginning of May.
Okay, so there we go, May 3rd. All right, so if I look back on the calendar in 23, May 3rd was a Wednesday.
There you go. So it was that day.
Okay.
So he ain't going to be ready to go until after the All-Star break.
Okay, so there we go. All right, so let's break this down. So he has Tommy John May 3rd. You're generally talking about 14 months for Tommy John surgery, full recovery. Okay, you start throwing around 10, 11 months after the surgery, and you ramp yourself up. And Lou Marson says, look at his record versus National League West. Well, he pitched for the Diamondbacks for a few years, and then he went to
Toronto,
right? I mean, I got career up.
Correct.
Let me pull it up here. I took it off the screen. Okay, so he pitched for Arizona. I'd have to see what he did, but he was a little bit younger. He's always been a strikeout pitcher.
Correct.
I mean, in 2019, he struck out 235 guys in 174 innings.
Yeah, he's
he's
a strikeout machine.
Okay, so he's along the lines of Rodon in that category. All right, you got rid of Anthony DeSclafani and Mitch Haniger, two guys that were going to basically be dead weight, as far as I'm concerned, on the Giants roster for 24. You get a guy in Robbie Ray who can think of it this way, guys. Think of Robbie Ray as coming to you in late July as a trade acquisition. And think of the trade that way, as you just unloaded Haniger and DeSclafani in the middle of the season for a ready-to-pitch Robbie Ray. Now, Robbie Ray has an opt-out at the end of 24. For him to exercise the opt-out, which I looked up his contract earlier today, his contract, I got it in fact right in front of me. He gets $25 million a year in 25 and 26. Okay, is he going to opt out after maybe 12 starts? The way he opts out is if he's dominating again. If he looks like the Robbie Ray of 21 and he's pitching very well for the Giants down the stretch of the final 2 months of 24 season for the San Francisco Giants, does he opt out? Well, maybe he does if he pitches really well. All right, so let's look at the scenario that he pitches really well. Let's say the Giants somehow, because Farhan hopefully makes some more moves, the Giants are in contention for one of the 3 wildcard berths. Robbie Ray pitches down the stretch, gets him into the wild card, one of the wild card spots, and you got Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, and let's say you have another one of the pitchers, whether it be Marcus Stroman or Jordan Montgomery or Blake Snell, and you've got 3 top pitchers. Or if you want to stay tuned for the next live stream coming up in about 30 minutes, we're going to talk about why the Giants should sign Trevor Bauer. So you get Robbie Ray down the stretch. He's pitching well, and he leads you to the playoffs, kind of like Jordan Montgomery did for Texas. Traded for Montgomery, Texas did at the trade deadline. Jordan Montgomery pitches well, helps them get into the playoffs and win a World Series title. So this is how I look at this trade. Let's say Robbie Ray does not pitch all that great because he's coming off Tommy John, and we all know that guys that come back from Tommy John, it's the second year after they come back where they're back to peak performance.
Correct. And the issue is because, if I'm not mistaken, Robbie Ray's wipeout pitch is the slider. And we could kind of remember John Brebbia? His fastball was good, but his slider was nothing when he came back, that, like you said, that first year.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, man, we probably should play that. Oh, remember that interview? That's a long interview, though.
It's a long interview. Yeah, we talked to Brebbia about that. So let's say Ray comes back and he's not great, but he's just average. And he says, you know what? I'm not going to opt out. Who's going to give me more than $25 million a year? I got 2 more years at $25 million. So Ray stays with the Giants, comes back in 25, and no longer has an opt out, and he's basically a healthy pitcher for the next 2 years, and he's only going to be at that point in his career about 33 years of age. I believe he's 32 now.
Is he? I'm not that. Hold on to me.
Let's take a look. Robbie Ray. is, wait, I got it right here. Hold on. I got
Got
it
it?
right here. Robbie Ray was born October 1st, 1991. He's 32. So he turns 33 this October, the end of the
Okay.
season. That's
End of
the
the
last
season.
day of the year.
Yeah, correct.
So then he doesn't turn, he's 33 all of 25.
Right.
Okay. That's still in
It's
your
okay. It's okay.
wheelhouse. 33, 34-year-old pitcher who's already had Tommy John. We've seen what Tommy John does for a lot of guys. It reinvigorates their careers.
It can.
So where's the downside to this trade that everybody's kind of poo-pooing? I mean, we get on Farhan, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Jim Thurkill's says Farhan made a move, and I'm reading. I get on Farhan. I mock him, having a little fun with him, just for entertainment purposes. And I say, do something, and he does something, and a lot of people don't like it. I see upside to this trade. I don't see any. The only downside to this trade is this: Robbie Ray sucks for 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and you're paying him $25 million.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he really is going to suck in 25 and 26 if his arm is 100%. And it's kind of like Tommy John's almost like giving guys a bionic elbow or something. I don't know. It's like they get a new ligament or something, or
What is it? They pull a ligament out of their
from
thigh
the leg.
or something?
Yeah, it's in the thigh. Yeah, probably is that a stronger ligament in the thigh?
I think so.
Probably is, man. So
But
yeah,
it doesn't always mean you're going to come back, and it doesn't mean you may not have another Tommy John. We've seen a bunch of people get 2 Tommy Johns.
all right. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what. You can look at every scenario in sports, and you'd be scared, poopless to make a move if you thought of the what ifs. And Shohei Ohtani, 2 Tommy Johns, and now is he going to be able to still hit like he did before? He didn't hit much after he did the Tommy John down the stretch, and he was just a DH only. He only hit one or 2 home runs, if I'm not mistaken, the last month of the season. Is Shohei going to be back to Shohei? Everything in sports comes with a risk.
Correct.
Brock
Absolutely.
Purdy.
Yes.
Look at Brock Purdy. Is he going to be the same? Well, my gosh, he's been nothing short of brilliant this year. MVP candidate. In my opinion, Brock Purdy should still be the MVP. And that's not because I've got money on him. It's because I take the whole season into consideration, not just one bad game.
That's what you have to do. Right.
And Paul Vaughn says, can Giants afford Cody Bellinger?
Yes, they can afford
Absolutely. Is the Pope Catholic? Yes. I mean, they can afford him like nothing. And this does free up a little bit of salary, not much. My understanding is it's fairly equal because the Giants are going to be paying a little bit to the Mariners and something like that. So it makes the money pretty much a wash. But the Giants have boatloads of money. And so I am for this deal. I would love to. What is the chat saying, Eric? Yeah, Sean. Disco is just a guy. Exactly. That was Larry's take. Exactly. I was on Larry's show. If you want to catch that, I came on about the last 30 plus minutes of the show. And I don't really think this has any real risk. I mean, I guess if it could look bad all of a sudden if Haniger goes and does what he did in 21 and pops 39 homers, drives in 100 runs, and Anthony DeSclafani goes 13-7 again like he did in 2021, and all of a sudden you got 21 DeSclafani, 21 Haniger, and you get nothing out of Robbie Ray. Yeah, but that's with any trade, the risk. You got to go with what is in front of you. And, to me, DeSclafani offers nothing. It's 12 million. We've been talking about DeSclafani, just get rid of him, right?
Just
Get rid of him.
Just the DFA him.
DFA him. And we've been talking about Haniger is like, what are we going to do with Haniger? The outfield's overloaded and the guy's injury prone, and we owe him, Haniger was owed what, 17 million this year and another 20 million next year or something like that in 25. I should bring that up.
You know what? How about bring up the 40 man so we could look at the outfield again? Because I know we still got a dog gem in the outfield. As far as my feelings on the trade, the biggest thing I get out of the trade is you got rid of Haniger and DeSclafani, kind of what we're talking about right now. I think that's the biggest uptick, I guess you could say, with this trade, because Robbie Ray is going to be, 2024 is going to be a wash for him. Yeah, he'll probably come back, but he's probably just going to be working on things. I don't see him being an impact in 2024. The jury's still going to be.
I disagree with you.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because that secondary pitch, I don't think he's going to be able to command it. When you come back off of Tommy John, it's not
everybody.
Your arm is healthy, but the problem is you when he's throwing that slider, is it going to go where he wants it? Same thing with the fastball.
You might be right.
Maybe. Because look what's happened. We saw examples with Brebbia. We saw examples with the Luke Jackson when he came off Tommy John. They're in the second year, like Luke Jackson, this coming up here, he may be good, because Brebbia was a lot better this year than he was that first year coming back off of Tommy John. So I'm gonna call 2024 a wash. You picked up a death pizza in a pitcher that's still to be determined. Yes, was he a good pitcher? Absolutely, he was a strikeout pitcher. I like that, but we don't know, and that's a gamble to an extent. That is a gamble, but more importantly, you free up 2 roster spots. What are you going to do, Farhan, with those 2 additional roster spots? Are you going to go out and do some bigger trades or bigger free agent acquisitions? That's what I want to see. Is this more of, okay, we're getting Ray for the future, but for the now, it was about getting rid of Haniger and DeSclafani?
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at.
Come on, Eric.
All right,
let's know me better than that, man.
All right, there's the 40-man roster right there. Okay,
oh, yeah, let's look at the outfield.
Robbie Ray's already on there, number 38. It looks like they gave him.
Oh, right. Really? Interesting. That's B Weezy's number.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
All right, so there's the outfielders right there.
Still a lot of outfielders.
Well, forget Hopkins. Forget Hopkins and Meckler. You got basically
Conforto, Lee.
1, 2, Lee, Matos 3, Slater 4, Yaz 5, and then you still got Wade and Sable on the roster that can both play outfield. Their outfield's still crowded.
It's still crowded,
and we didn't even count Ramos or Meckler in there. So deals are still going to come. Ramos, I guess he still has options. Matos has options, so they can keep those guys down. I mean,
Sacramento.
Unfortunately, they could make some trades still. They've got 2 open roster spots right now because you basically are going to move Robbie Ray to the 60-day IL, so that opens up a roster spot on the 40. When they get that done, when it's official, the trade, when he, everything clears, physicals, all that, you got 2 roster spots. So let's take a look at this. I want to show you something when it comes to Tommy John surgeries. All right. There we go. DeGrom had his late, came back.
Yes.
So he got a full 18 months there or better. So he came back, had a really good year. That I want to find someone that had, okay, here's one. No, he got a full year and a half too. He missed all of 21, Verlander. Didn't come back. I want to find somebody who had one early in the season. Shohei, another late
October.
Give me a
Schmaltz.
Schmaltzy. There's one. Date of surgery, just a month, just a little over a month. He returned 14 months later. There we go.
And he came back as a reliever.
Is the first Hall of Fame enshrined in Cooperstown after going, okay. When he returned, converted into a reliever, and he was just as dominant.
Well, you can be as a reliever.
First full season as a closer, he led the majors with 55 saves. All right, Strasburg.
That poor guy, man.
Now, he came back a year later.
Yeah, he did.
But just 12 starts into his career, he tore his UCL. Let's see, what did he do?
Bring up Baseball Reference, you could see.
Does it tell us what he did?
So just look at his here. Let me look what he did in 2011.
He basically pitched a month.
And he got hurt again, right?
I don't know. No. Let's see. Gagne, another surgery.
2011. Oh, man, he did it. He pitched 24 innings and he was done again.
He was done again?
Right. I guess because
it's the end of the season.
Yeah.
End of the season.
Yeah. 24 innings pitched.
All right. Here's a good one. Adam Wainwright, February 28th, came back April. So 14 months again. There's when Wainwright tore his UCL in spring training of 11. He was coming off back-to-back top 3 finishes in the NL Cy Young voting, the leader of the Cardinals staff. Okay, that first season, he proved he still had arm strength to be a major league workhorse, making, let's see, Wainwright missed all 2011, but he was ready for opening day in 12. First season, he proved he could still have the arm strength to be a major league workhorse, making 32 starts and pitching almost 200 innings. Wow. And the next year, he was back to his ace form.
See, you got to have that second year is when they come back.
Okay. So he gets that whole off season after pitching, say, from mid-July through the end of the season, and comes back unless he opts out. If he opts out, here's another thing. You just took off another $25 million off your books. So where do the Giants lose in this deal? Come on. Where do the Giants lose?
Oh, yeah. What I like is just those roster spots and see what he's going to do with it. Again, we don't know. We'll see how he does. And then hopefully he does well. I want him to succeed. But it's, again, you're trading for quote unquote damaged goods to a certain extent. I understand Tommy John, that's a common surgery that happens, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, but see what happens. Where's the down? There's only one downside to this trade.
The only thing is just paying him 20-something million for the next 2
years.
Yeah.
If he stinks,
that's it. Yeah.
Right. I mean,
I'm not going to put any stock in 2024 because he's coming off Tommy John. I don't think it's even fair to him. It's not fair to the player, and it's not fair to I guess, no, you can't say that. But
hey, Bora! Bora's alive. Good to hear from you, Bora.
Exactly. They're not going to be competitive. Exactly. Unless they go out and get if they get Snell. Okay. But then you still got, because like I said, Ray, they will be more dominant in 2025 because then Ray will be back somewhat. We'll say in 2025, he should be at full strength. He should be.
Yeah. He'll be back to his full strength position, but I mean, he's still going to be able to pitch effectively, I think, next year after 14 months off. I mean, we see guys do it. We just looked at Adam Wainwright threw almost 200 innings.
Right.
I mean, that's a heck of a lot of innings.
Yeah, it is. No, absolutely. But then they also said his second year back, though, is when he was back to his old self.
Well, did you pull you know what? I'll pull him up right here. I got him right here. I got Adam Wainwright. Nope, I don't want Adam Warren. I hit the wrong. There we go. Adam Wainwright. We'll pull up his season and we'll look at his numbers from 2011 to when did he come back?
Yeah, wasn't it
Well,
2011? Wasn't it, or
we'll
2012?
find it. We'll find it right here.
One of those two, 2011 or 2012.
Okay, it was 2012. All right, so let's look. Oh, he pitched 241 innings in 13. All right, so all right, let's take a look.
Yeah, it's 2012. They said 198. There it is.
There's his 2012, and you can see his ERA dropped a whole run in 13. So he was better in 13.
Right.
Get out of there. There we go. Oh, yeah, he was in the twos in 09 and 10. He jumped pretty high for him in 12, back down into the twos, 13, 14, 15. Then he shot up.
Oh, 15, he only pitched 28 innings. Was he injured again that year?
Must have been. I mean, he pretty much wasn't really that great again until 2020, 21.
Exactly. Right.
So,
a little bit there.
But the fact that he pitched 198 innings, he gave up 196 hits. How was his strikeouts? 184. So he's still strikeouts to innings pitched is just under one an inning, pretty much like he was in 13. He 219 versus 241.
He really was never like a quote unquote strikeout pitcher.
But
now Robbie Ray, that's what he is. He is a strikeout pitcher.
Let's see what his ERA plus was. In 2012, it was only 96s, which was below average.
Below average. Correct.
Then he shot back up to 127.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, I could see that. So let's say the Giants don't get a help.
Honestly, I'm fine with him not producing in 2024.
Yeah,
because the Giants really aren't going to do nothing this year, anyways, right?
Hey, most likely not. Most likely this is still a fourth. I mean, hey, as it is, they're still a fourth place team.
Correct.
At best. Okay.
Right.
They need to add Bellinger, as Eric L says. Yes, forget Chapman. I do not want Matt Chapman for the reasons I've stated over and over and over again.
You
but
got
you know
Casey
what?
Schmidt. Just do it.
Yeah. Hey guys, we got a double header going here.
Here, when we put it up, I got it up.
Do you want to move that to 4:30 or to 4:15?
I already have it at 4:15.
I know. Do you want to move it to 4:30?
It's up to you. I can
give us a little time. Yeah.
Let me show this real quick.
We got a double header going. We got this Seinbauer with a question mark. Okay.
There we go.
I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about it. We're going to do a completely new live stream. You say, well, why don't you keep this one going? Well, we want some numbers. We want to get some more. We want to attract some LA Dodger fans in here.
Yeah. And the reason why we want to attract is we want to have a debate. I like debating. That's fun.
Yeah.
We missed. Oh yeah.
I like debating you.
We're just doing a quick one here.
I like debating you too. I like slapping you around, Eric. What was that? $2? What was that, Hutch?
He wanted the link, but I was like, we're just doing this real quick. It's not a join us tonight. Join us tonight.
Yeah, we'll have another one tonight at 8. This is a triple play day.
It's today. A triple header.
Triple header, yeah. And we got the Giants.
Ever seen that in baseball? A triple header?
We got the Giants, the Warriors tonight too. Let me see if I heard back from Marty. Not yet. Let me see if I heard back from Carrie. Not yet. All right. So guys, that's the NorCal Sports Network partial take. We got over here to my left. Wait, that way? Is it going that? No, that way. Yeah. You got to do it opposite. Okay. That way, that guy right there, that guy, Mr. Negativity, this guy who can't find anything positive to say in life. In fact, we had to have a positivity show for him one night.
Oh, that was horrible, man.
He had a really hard time, man.
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah, you should
remember
have
what
seen.
happened after that? We started ripping him literally the next day. was after your
man.
back surgery. I remember that you were doing that from the couch.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I
Mr.
remember that.
That was after my back surgery.
That was after your back surgery.
Yeah, that was after my back surgery. Eric had such a bad time with that he literally, I mean, his stomach was killing him. It was killing him. He literally got off the live stream, went straight to the toilet. And, I mean, it was bad. It was bad. So, Mr. Positivity over there.
See, look, I'm not the only one. Look at it. Farhan opened his mouth again and pissed off the fan base. He sees Ray as an ideal number 2. Again, a lot of things have to go. I agree with what Will said, because you can't say he's an ideal number 2 unless you know what you're going to get after surgery. And then Pav says, it sounds like we won't be shopping at the top of the market for starting pitching. So that's what I asked you about that, Dan. I was like, do you think this is going to be a move to where Farhan goes, I got a former Cy Young, man.
If that's the case, if that's the case, he still is on the firing squad in my book.
Exactly.
If that is the case with this guy is going to be finished and not, what that may be telling you guys is he's going to strike out. It was Yamamoto or bust.
And it's bust.
You know what? I'm okay not signing Blake Snell. I really am. Blake Snell to me is a guy who averages 5 walks per 9 innings. Okay. That's a lot of guys. That's a heck of a lot of guys. And some years he's gotten out of it. In other years, he hasn't.
Yep.
And you know what? As he gets a little older, it's not going to be that great as his fastball starts to go. This is why it's a perfect segue. Put that up again, Eric. Put that we're going to move over and we're going to start this thing in the next 5 minutes. We got 113 in the chat. I want you to go, everybody to get out of this stream as we close this one down and come into the next stream. We will be starting this promptly at 1:15, wherever you're at. So if you're in California, that's 4:15. If you're in the Mountain Time Zone, 5:15. If you're in Indiana like Dawn, we'll start this thing at 6:15. And if you're in Atlanta like Matthew, 7:15. And if you're in the Philippines, that's 8:15 Saturday morning. Or if you're in China or wherever you might be, we're going to get the Sword Slayer as Johnny T6. Put that up again. I want to see that one more time.
You want to see it one more time?
Sign Trevor Bauer. I'll give you a clue. My idea. All right?
I'll give you a clue. My idea. I love it.
There we go. Kevin Dodgers Guerrero is in Japan. I love it. All right. So it's Saturday morning. Waking up. We're going to, all right.
Wake up.
All right. Check out the stream. We'll be right over there in 5 minutes.
There you go.
5 minutes. We will be back on the air with
talking
another
Trevor
live
Bauer.
stream. Should the Giants sign ex-LA Dodger Trevor Bauers? That is the tease, and we will tell you in the next 5 minutes. We will see you over there. Be ready to go. Thanks for joining this one, and then we'll be back in 5 minutes on a whole new link, and we may even bring in Bora on this one if he's ready to go.
All right.
Let's get the young man from San Francisco. We'll get Bora in here, hopefully, and we'll be ready to go in 5 minutes. All right. We're going to be talking Trevor Bauer. Everybody, have a great one. See you in just a few minutes.
See you over there. Woo!